helicopter is out. I don't know if that's a news chopper, police chopper, or like a medevac helicopter, like a rescue. Not sure. Maybe 2 hours outside of Los Angeles, headed north back to Sac. Yeah, it looks like a helicopter is landing.
Off the shoulder, move to the right. Off the shoulder, move to the right. Move to the right. Back your shoulder, back your shoulder.
Let's see what happens. Car flipped over.
It looks like a big rig hit it.
That was involved in it too, yeah.
Big rig hit a truck.
Wow. All right, guys. Well, I'm back in Sacramento now. Reason why I showed that video in the beginning is just a friendly reminder to make sure you guys don't text and drive, and to just be careful, because it only really takes a second of just not paying attention, and you can get yourself in a world of trouble. So make sure you guys be safe out there on the road. Don't text and drive, and do the speed limit, and just be safe. Anyway, guys, I'm headed to Harbor Freight Tools. I was gone down in Southern California for a couple of weeks, and while I was down there, I seen lots of videos on Icon's new lineup, so I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on it. I seen a video from Humble Mechanic, did a video on the Icon toolbox. Justin Dow has done a few videos on the hand tools and his thoughts on that stuff. Seeing a video by Client Graphics, bought some hand tools. Also, the Talking Bear guy did some videos. So I want to give you guys my thoughts on the Harbor Freight Icon lineup. So I'm headed to Harbor Freight now. Let's check it out.
My dreams come true. dreams come true. Hey, thy dreams come true. Thy dreams come true.
All right, guys. Well, here's a couple of things that I bought from Harbor Freight, the new Icon line. So I'm gonna take my daughter to the park to do what?
Fly the drone.
So I'm gonna go to the park and fly my drone. And while we're at the park, we'll go ahead and throw these on the tailgate, open them up, and take a look. All right, guys. So I'm here at the park with my daughter Ava. We're gonna fly the drone. It's a nice day out today. But before we put the drone in the air, I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the new lineup that Harbor Freight got out, the Icon. So I purchased a couple tools here, as you guys seen, from Harbor Freight, and we're gonna open those up here right at the park and take a closer look. I do want to mention I put a video out called 5 Harbor Freight Tools for the Professional Auto Technician, and since then I've noticed that a lot of the items that I mentioned in that video, Harbor Freight did improve. The tool carts, the tool boxes, they definitely improved. The US General line, I mentioned the ratchet, I mentioned the jack, and they put out the Daytona jack. This was before the new stuff came along when I put this video out. So Harbor Freight, if you're watching this video, I would love it if you send me one of those Icon toolboxes. I'd love to give you my unbiased opinion on your new professional toolbox. So the first thing I thought when I seen some of the Icon stuff, in my opinion, initially I thought, what's the difference between the Icon ratchet and maybe the Pittsburgh Pro ratchet? Because the Pittsburgh Pro ratchet is a really good ratchet. I mean, it really is a high quality ratchet. And so I was wondering, well, what's the difference? So I'm gonna go on the website a little bit later. I'll put it up on the screen for you guys to show you what Harbor Freight has put out spec-wise on these tools. So let's go ahead and open them up. All right, guys, well, this is what I picked up. I got a 1/2" drive flex head Icon ratchet. I got a 3/8 drive socket set here, and then I bought some stubby reversible switch ratcheting wrenches. So let's open them up and take a closer look. So I got this guy open. You're gonna need a small screwdriver to open the socket set. All of the tools in the Icon line, it comes with holders for them. So you don't have to worry about buying like a wrench tray or anything like that, which the price of these tools are fairly inexpensive for the quality that I think you get. Alright, so let's get this open. And as you can see, you got your socket tray right here. And then you also have your wrench tray. All right, so let's get into the tools. Let's see, this came with the ratchet. I don't know what this is. Let me take a look and see what this is. Looks like a little cleaning cloth that says Icon on it. So maybe this is to polish up the chrome on a ratchet, perhaps. That's what it looks like to me. Alright, so just taking a closer look at this. I mean, I've been using hand tools for a really long time. I'm a long time auto technician. I've used every tool brand you can think of out there. My toolbox is still currently mixed with almost every tool brand you can think of. Well, I can tell you right away, this 1/2" flex head ratchet, you're not going to be able to break this very easy. I can tell you right now, this is a very stout ratchet. I don't currently own a 1/2" ratchet this short, or this length I should say, with a flex head. So I went ahead and picked it up from Icon just to give them a try, take a look at it and see what I think about it, and kind of compare it to maybe some of their other ratchets. All right, I'm gonna slide this over here and pull out a couple of other ratchets here and sort of give you my opinion on the Icon ratchet. Now, when I first seen the Icon ratchet, I'll be honest, my first thought was, what's the difference between the Icon and this Pittsburgh Pro? This was sort of my first initial opinion when I seen it. So I did have to look online and sort of compare the specs to see what was the difference between the two, because in my opinion they seem pretty similar. This one is from their professional line, and this is also from the professional line. So you know, what difference does it make if they're both professional ratchets? But this one's actually a 90 tooth, and then this one I believe is 72 tooth. So I think there's some differences here. Like I said, I'm gonna go on the website and show you guys the specs, because I don't know them, but this is a little bit different than this one. 90 teeth in a ratchet makes a huge difference from 72 teeth, believe me. So now I kind of wanted to get into some of the things I kind of don't like. They look pretty similar in design. So you see the influence that Harbor Freight has is from Snap-on, and they sort of copy Snap-on's design in a lot of tools. Same thing with the socket set. A lot of Snap-on tools sort of come like this, so it looks pretty identical. And same thing with the stubby wrench set. A lot of Snap-on tools sort of come in cases much like this. So in my opinion, that's the only thing that I don't necessarily like about some of the Harbor Freight's tools, is that a lot of them are sort of, I don't want to say copy, you know, a tool's a tool. A 3/8 drive ratchet and a socket and wrench is going to look identical no matter who makes it, but there's subtle things about it that really resembles some of the Snap-on stuff. So that's one thing I don't necessarily like about the Icon stuff. Another thing that I'll mention that I don't necessarily like is I don't really like the name, to be honest with you. I think they could have done better with the name. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think Icon's a really good name for a high quality professional tool line. I'm gonna bring out some other sockets to sort of compare these sockets to as well. All right guys, so under my seat I keep a set of Tekton 3/8 drive socket set. So I'm gonna pull a socket out of here and compare it. Alright, so I'm going to pull a 10 out of this Tekton set. Excuse the noise, there's some guys doing some yard work across the street. But anyway, so here's a 10mm Icon. This is that 10mm Tekton I pulled out. And this is the updated 10mm Tekton. This is a 10mm Genius. And this is a 10mm Snap-on, but this happens to be a mid-length. And then this is a 10mm. This one's the Mac, and you can see it's pretty much exactly the same length as the Mac socket. I believe the Snap-on deeps are right around the same length too. Here's the Tekton deep, and here's the Genius deep. This is a Snap-on mid-length, but you can see here that the Icon deep socket here is a little bit shorter than some of your other tool brands, but it's right around the same length with a lot of the tool truck brand sockets. So this is a Snap-on mid-length socket. I don't have the full deeps in Snap-on. I do have their mid-length, but take a look at the Icon and you can see there's kind of some similarities in the shape and design. It's pretty similar to Snap-on. Another thing about this socket set too that is definitely going to help if you are an auto technician. So I forget what you call these, but it does have this little ledge down in the socket so that the bolt or a nut won't fall all the way down the socket. It'll just sort of stop right there, and that does help tremendously. Most auto technicians out there would agree. All right, so now for the ratcheting wrenches, let's listen to the mechanism. Sounds really good. Just check how the reverse switch feels. Yeah. Oh yeah. A nice positive engagement. Yeah, for sure. You can always tell a cheap ratcheting wrench. I'm sure you guys out there know what I mean. And the way you flick the switch, you kind of tell. Plus, feeling the way these teeth engage, you could always tell a cheap ratcheting wrench from a good one. So these seem to be pretty good. I don't have any stubby ratcheting wrenches that have an offset on it like this with the reversible style. I just have the straight wrench where you got to flip them over on one side and flip it over for different directions. So I went ahead and picked these up by Icon just to sort of give them a try. All right, so I mean, I like the hand tools, guys. I haven't used them yet, and that's really the only way to determine whether or not a tool is worthy to be called a professional tool, is to actually use the tool over and over again, and the tool just won't quit. So if you're looking for any specific specs on the tools shown in this video, log on to harborfreight.com, go down here to their Icon tools, click on it, and then you can go to shop Icon hand tools, or you could go to shop Icon tool storage if you're interested in that. Just go ahead and click on it, and it's going to show you all the ratchets and sockets and wrenches and things that they have available from the Icon line. And then you can click on whatever it is you're interested in and go ahead and scroll down to product overview and then specifications, and this should give you what you're looking for, even warranty information here. All right, guys, well, what's my overall opinion on Harbor Freight's new Icon tool lineup? I do like the tools, let me say that first off. There's some quality there that's pretty obvious. It's definitely a step up from the Pittsburgh Pro and some of the other stuff that Harbor Freight has, especially going into the store and checking the toolbox out for myself. I mean, I haven't really got to spend any time with the toolbox, so I can't say too much about it, but from first glance, it looks very professional. The tools are definitely not the cheapest tools you could buy. That's pretty obvious. So my overall opinion on Harbor Freight's new Icon lineup, I think it's a pretty bold move by Harbor Freight to step into that upper echelon, if you will, of tool purchasing. So for the longest, Snap-on has basically reigned king when it comes to high quality tools. And then you got close runner-up Mac, you got Cornwell, honorable mention Mako, SK, Wright Tools. So you do have some other professional tool lines out there, but Snap-on has always, set the bar really high, or always have been at the top of the food chain, if you will. So I wanted to mention the Icon toolbox. There's no doubt in my mind that that toolbox is probably a lifetime toolbox, like they stated, and it's a pretty high quality box. I mean, their U.S. General toolboxes and their U.S. General tool carts are really high quality stuff too as well. So no doubt in my mind that the Icon toolbox will definitely meet or exceed professional quality when it comes to tool storage. One of the disadvantages, if you want to look at it that way, could be the fact that Harbor Freight doesn't come to you, but Snap-on does come to you. That's never really been an issue for me. I've had broken tools from Snap-on that I've given to my rep and had to wait weeks for the tool to come back, and I just went out and just bought a cheap Harbor Freight replacement until I could wait until the tool came back. So for for me, that's not a big deal. If you don't want to go to the store, you can always order it online. It'll just come to your house or come to your place of business or your place of employment. So that's really not a big deal for me. I'm just eager and waiting to see how this works out. So I wish Harbor Freight all the best. This is Brian 916. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.
Come true.
You guys didn't think I forgot about giving away these tools, did you? So how to win these Mac tools? We're gonna do something a little bit different. We're not gonna do a drawing. We're actually gonna play a little game here. We're gonna play a little bit of Where's Waldo. I'm gonna leave a link in the description and it's gonna send you to a video of mine. Now in that video, you're gonna go to the end of the video in the bonus footage. Now pay close attention in that bonus footage. You're gonna find I'm on vacation. There's somewhere in that video, there's a slight glimpse of Des the Auto Tech who came on vacation with us that year. So comment on this video exactly where you seen Des the Auto Tech in that video. And the first person to do that wins these Mac tools. Thanks for tuning in. This is Brian 916. See you on the next one. Let me lift it up just a tad. Just a tad, right there. Okay?
What's that noise, Dad?
That stupid dog barking.
Yeah. Ready.
Okay, so just look at the camera, okay? Alright guys, well it's a nice day out. Alright guys, well it's a nice day out and me and my daughter Ava is gonna fly the drone. But before, alright guys, so it's a nice day out today. Me and my daughter Ava is gonna fly the drone. This is what I picked up. I got a 1/2-inch drive. Alright guys, well this is what I picked up. Alright guys, well this is what I picked up. I got a 1/2-inch drive, flex head, icon ratchet. So overall guys,
I got him.
all right, good job. Fairly inexpensive for for the quality that I think you get. You gotta do a turn. Professional tool business, if you will. I think it's a pretty bold move on their part. However, I think they will be. So again, overall, I do think it is a bold move by Harbor Freight to go after Harbor Freight and fly the drone.
Yes.
Okay, so can you say, let's go to the park and fly the drone?
Let's go to the park and fly the drone.
All right. That snap on it. Of course, you guys know that Harbor Freight is offering a finance option. It's sort of like, so of course you guys know that Harbor Freight is offering a finance option. It's more like having like a credit card, like a store card with. So of course you guys know that Harbor Freight is offering a finance option for their Icon tool cabinet. However, I think it is a nice alternative from having to spend what you normally would have spent with Snap-on now. Toolbox, like they stated, and it's a pretty high quality box. I mean, their US General toolboxes and their US General tool carts are really high quality stuff too as well. So there's definitely no you will. So for Harbor Freight to kind of go after them, I think that's a pretty bold move. However, I think it is a nice alternative. It's pretty obvious that it is. How you doing?
I just was wondering, I was asking my sister, what's he doing down the street?
Yeah.
I don't know, he was there the other day.
It's shooting a video for the internet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I make YouTube videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now this old lady's gonna call my old lady sister and tell her what he's doing.
Yeah.
We're like, I don't know.
Yeah. I got a fairly successful YouTube channel.
Oh.
Yeah. So just getting wrapping it up from yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some guys came doing some lawn work and it got too noisy, so we had to wrap it up.
Oh.
Yeah. So just putting the finishing touches on it.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I'm just eager and waiting to see how this works out. So I wish Harbor Freight all the best. This is Brian 916. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. All right.
Okay.
All done.